And
I'm delighted to be here today.
I'll go straight in.
Have you had a look at your inbox?
But I must say that
he would say sorry, or you say sorry on his behalf.
And quite frankly, said I thought that was false, and I think that of course, Pete, I am sorry. I think that it's
Stephen Crabb.
Well, Stephen Wishart is in the R, for instance, care homes, consistent, clear. It is work from home.
Only in England. Only in England.
And Simon Hall.
As we take our baby steps, all of the people of the island of Ireland are as safe as possible.
Just to say that I have a very good.
My inbox tells me, frankly, Prime Minister, I don't think anybody understands why.
If just suppose for a second that you were right, the British people washing your hands and.
Thank you, Meg Hillier, briefly.
Did you see the evidence to prove that?
Meg, I don't want to
yes
go
or no,
into,
Prime Minister. It's a simple question. Yes or did you see the evidence?
I don't want to go into.
Simple question. Did you see the evidence?
If it pleases you, I will say yes. Well, I think I'm not certain that, and I understand that completely, and I totally understand. As I understand things, and I've said what I've said. Move on.
We must avoid repeating ourselves. Yvette Cooper.
I don't know how. But I mean, if I can ask the same question, what else can I do?
You can do as Dominic Cummings did.
Well, I'm not certain.
Dominic Cummings, in Dominic Cummings' situation.
Well, the clear advice is that, and this is an important development, that you and wash your hands.
The reason that you are not giving, the reason you are ducking it, the reason you're trying to.
I'm not ducking. Actually, I've just said that I agree. I don't think that you're actually and. Other than that, I don't really know what I can add.
You are trying to protect Dominic Cummings.
A political ding-dong about what one advisor may or may not have done.
And 40,000 people are dead.
Well, I think my choice is the choice that the British people will want us all to make, Yvette.
This is now a distraction. People are very annoyed, Prime Minister. Is that on your radar?
Well, I think, Simon, you've
unless there's anybody wants to carry on with that subject. Right, we're moving on to science and health. Greg Clark.
You get a lot of scientific advice. Do you see it yourself?
I don't, and I can't.
When contact tracing is underway, if you're phoned up and told to stay at home because you've come into contact with an infected person, is staying at home compulsory, or can people use their judgment?
No, it's. But
is it compulsory or is it advisory?
We intend to make it absolutely clear to people that they must stay at home. But let me be clear. Matt will be.
What do you mean by must? Is it a law or is it advice?
We will be asking people, but financial sanctions or fines or whatever. But what?
Of course, by the police or by civil authorities.
Well, whatever is appropriate. But what I would say,
Monday,
whatever I no, because we're not bringing. To begin with, we're asking people to do it as people need to listen to this and understand. They will say, "Hang on a mo, you're telling me clearly if they have a test and they test, and if they have symptoms and they test, then if I'm afraid if you're then." You've got to do it. Now, people will say the cream of that advice. Let's be clear. Sorry, but thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Boris. I think my time's up.
Jeremy Hunt.
So I'd like to start by asking why it took until April to introduce the 100,000 test target, even though our first confirmed case was in January.
Well, Jeremy, I think, as you know, this virus. Everybody was quite, and I don't think people understood that to begin with.
What was the reason for the delay, Prime Minister?
Our testing operation, as you know,
who in the end will be accountable for the whole system?
Well, I will be accountable for everything, but the person.
So we can blame you for everything that goes wrong, then, Prime Minister.
In my experience, it's very hard to avoid blame, and quite right too. But look, Dido is leading it.
Prime Minister, can you just explain who Dido is? Who is she? What is her role? Mr. Stephen Timms.
They have leave to remain in the UK, but no recourse to public funds.
Hang on, Stephen. Why don't they? Why aren't they eligible for universal credit or for employment support allowance or?
Because they have no recourse to public funds. Thank you.
Let me move on now. Thank you very much. Caroline Notes.
The availability of childcare might impact women's ability to get back to work.
Well, as I say, I'm pleased that, and I think your question, Caroline, is.
Can I just interrupt you there, Prime Minister? Which experts are you listening to on the impact this virus has had, particularly on female employment?
Well, we are. There's a.
Thank you for that. I just wanted to know, the Prime Minister commented earlier that he felt there had been enough female voices in the decision-making processes. Why have they not been more visible?
Well, when I said, I don't think I said enough, by the way.
You made the distinction between there being a lot of women and enough women. How many is enough?
Oh boy. This is that's a question on which I'm not competent to pronounce. Maybe you'll be the third.
Thank you very much, Caroline.
Thanks, Bernard.
I could see you were working yourself up there again.
Thank you, Prime Minister.
There you go. We're working flat out on coronavirus.